This isn't a saxophone, it's an umbrella.
So I've been playing an umbrella for 30 years? Why didn't anybody tell me?
We all thought it was funny.
That's not funny.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 major Simpson characters who tragically died.
Hello, Willie.
You'd know her?
Hey, Sherry Bobbins and I were engaged to be wed back in the old country. Then she got her eyesight back. Suddenly, the ugliest man in Glasgow wasn't good enough for her.
We're not eating Mr. Pinchy. He's part of the family now.
I'm not your buddy, Simpson. I don't like you. In fact, I hate you. Stay the hell away from me. Because from now on, we're enemies.
For this list, we'll be going over the most significant and sad deaths of characters on The Simpsons. To qualify, they have to have been axed off for real, so no temporary deaths or dream sequences. Given the grim nature of this list, a spoiler alert is in order. If there's a character death whose absence from our list has you saying, "Don't," please let us know in the comments. Number 10. Rabbi Hyman Krastovski. The father of Krusty the Clown, Rabbi Hyman Krastovski, has almost always had a difficult relationship with his son, the comedian.
You have brought shame on our family. Oh, if you were a musician or a jazz singer, this I could forgive, but this... I never want to see you again!
Sadly, the pair's final moment together is no different. When Krusty goes to his father for solace after being roasted on TV, Rabbi Krastovski unfortunately passes away before he can confirm to his son whether he thinks Krusty is funny or not.
As for you, son, if you want to know my honest opinion of you, you've always been...
Go on. I've always been, entertaining?
Not only is his death sad, but it also pushes Krusty into a tailspin and leads to his retirement. However, thanks to seeing a rabbi his father respected tell jokes similar to his own, Krusty is able to feel closer to his dad even after he's departed.
So if Dad loved his jokes, then Dad loved my jokes. Oh.
Yeah, I guess he just hated your delivery.
He loved my jokes.
Number 9. Sherry Bobbins. The Simpsons family is highly dysfunctional, so when Marge has enough, she decides to hire a nanny. Sherry Bobbins, a thinly veiled parody of Mary Poppins, gets the job.
Hello, I'm Sherry Bobbins.
Did you say Mary Pop?
No, I definitely did not. I'm an original creation like Ricky Rouse and Ronald Mack.
While she manages to have a positive impact on them at first, the Simpsons gradually wear her down to the point where she's miserable.
Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Oh, here it is. Oh, that poor woman.
However, after singing a musical number about how they're happy just the way they are, Bobbins declares that she's had enough of their ape-like behavior and flies away with her umbrella.
Don't think it's sour grapes, but you're all a bunch of apes, and so I must be leaving you.
Although Homer is sure they'll see her again, she gets sucked into a jet engine and dies soon after. It's more of a comedic death than some of these others, but it's tragic we didn't get more of her character. Number 8. Pinchy. Homer buys a lobster to fatten up before eating.
I tell you, I'm a financial genius. I buy an $8 lobster, fatten it into an $80 lobster, and eat the profit.
But the big oaf becomes attached to the crustacean and treats it as a pet, even naming him Pinchy against Marge's objections. Of course, we can all see where this is going.
It's your big day.
Water's boiling. Quick, chuck 'em in. Come on, chuck 'em in.
Okay.
Let's go. In the pot, in the pot.
Moo. But Marge, look at the little guy.
In a typical Homer move, he accidentally boils Pinchy by giving him a hot bath. Although quite amusing, Homer seems pretty broken up about it.
I put him in a nice hot bath.
Hey, what smells so good?
Not enough to prevent him from eating Pinchy, mind you, but enough to where we're sad that he's sad, after we're done laughing at least.
Are you gonna eat that all by yourself?
Number 7. Frank Grimes. Despite dying in his debut episode, Frank Grimes is one of the most memorable minor characters in the show's history.
In the meantime, here's Frank Grimes. The self-made man?
What? Oh, yes, that fellow. Just put him somewhere out of the way and find that dog.
Yes, sir.
Hardworking and irritable, Grimes takes an immediate dislike to Homer's oblivious attitude that seems to earn him nothing but success.
What do you have to show for your lifetime of sloth and ignorance?
What?
Everything! A dream house, 2 cars, a beautiful wife, a son who owns a factory, fancy clothes, and lobsters for dinner!
His spite grows until he has a psychotic break, pretending to be Homer and doing increasingly stupid and reckless things until he finally causes his own death by touching high-voltage wires.
What's this? Extremely high voltage. Well, I don't need safety gloves because I'm Homer Simpson.
It's a darkly comedic but also quite tragic moment. Old Grimy didn't deserve such a grisly end, even if it did make for great satire.
Change the channel, Marge.
That's our Homer!
Number 6. Snowball 2. Snowball 2, despite its misleading name, is Lisa's black cat. While rarely a large presence on the show, she is nevertheless an iconic part of the Simpsons family.
I just realized we never had a wedding for the cat and the dog. They've been living in sin.
That's why it's so heartbreaking when the kitty is struck by a car one day.
Snowball 2, I can't believe you're gone.
The death of a pet is always rough, and Lisa takes Snowball's death especially hard, particularly since her attempts at replacing the cat also meet untimely ends shortly after she gets them.
That's what it's all up. Snowball 3?
Eventually, she settles on a replacement that bears an uncanny resemblance to Snowball 2. The status quo is maintained, but Lisa's grief is all too real.
You're Snowball 5. But to save money on a new dish, we'll just call you Snowball 2 and pretend this whole thing never happened.
That's really a cheat, isn't it?
I guess you're right, Principal Tamzarian.
I'll just be moving along, Lisa. Snowball 2.
Number 5. Fat Tony. Anthony D'Amico, better known by his moniker Fat Tony, is Springfield's local mafia boss.
You mean the mob only did me a favor to get something in return? Oh, Fat Tony! I will say good day to you, sir.
Okay, I will go.
A parody of every mob boss in media rolled into one, Fat Tony meets his end in a much less violent way than most fictional crime leaders. After Homer assists the FBI by going undercover in Tony's organization, he and Tony bond.
Nicky, welcome to the family. From now on, you don't know where you end and we begin. Your problems are our problems.
However, upon Tony discovering Homer's deception, he has a heart attack from the shock and dies. But much like our previous entry, a suspiciously similar substitute is discovered in Fat Tony's cousin, Fit Tony, who soon becomes indistinguishable from the deceased mobster.
Pressure's got to him, so he started to eat. Soon he was known as Fit Fat Tony, then just Fat Tony for short.
Number 4. Maude Flanders. The beloved wife of Ned Flanders and just as uptight as him, Maude Flanders rarely stood out among the crowd of Simpsons supporting players.
I like the fresh air and looking at the poor people in the infield.
But thanks to some behind-the-scenes disputes, she certainly met a memorable end. While attending a race at the Newtown Speedway, Homer demands a t-shirt from cheerleaders, shooting them into the audience.
I guess no one else wants a t-shirt.
That's a damn lie and you know it! Give me a shirt!
You heard him, girls.
However, when he ducks down to pick up a bobby pin, the barrage of shirts hits Maude, knocking her off the stands to her death.
Ooh, a bobby pin!
Maude?
Oh my lord, she's dead!
While not exactly the most memorable of characters, Maude's death still hits hard because of how devastated Ned and his sons are. Number 3. Edna Krabappel. Poor Ned Flanders. Edna Krabappel is the second of his wives to die, and hers hits especially hard. Bart's longtime sarcastic teacher, Edna Krabappel, was a staple of the show from the beginning.
Bart!
Mrs. K. Hey, it's Saturday. Your powers are useless against me.
Relax. I'm just here to have fun like everybody else. Don't think of me as a teacher.
Okay.
However, her actress, Marsha Wallace, passed away in 2013. Although Mrs. Krabappel's death is never shown on screen, she is mentioned several times as having passed away. Bart pays tribute to her in his opening chalkboard gag during one episode. In another, her husband Ned reminisces about her with Nelson, one of her students. Mrs. Krabappel was like a surrogate teacher to many who watched the show growing up.
Sure do miss that laugh.
I miss her too.
Bart said it best. We really miss you, Mrs. K. Number 2, Bleeding Gums Murphy. A local jazz musician, Bleeding Gums Murphy is a hero and mentor to Lisa in learning the saxophone. Lisa reunites with him when he's in the hospital, and he lends her his saxophone for her school recital.
Baby, you are gonna knock 'em dead. Here, take this for luck.
Your sax! Thank you so much!
However, sadly, Murphy passes away when she returns to thank him. Even more tragically, Lisa is the only one to attend his funeral. To pay tribute to her dead idol, Lisa is able, with the help from Bart, to play his album on a local radio station, ensuring all of Springfield hears his music.
I did the best I could, Bleeding Gums.
Murphy's spirit then speaks to her through the clouds, and the two of them play a duet. It's an iconic Simpsons moment made possible by a jazz man being taken too soon.
Oh, what the heck? Once more from the top.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mona Simpson. Homer's mother, Mona Simpson, has been absent from his life for decades. This led him to develop his weight problem, among other issues.
I can't believe you're here. You keep disappearing and reappearing, and it's not funny. You're just like that show Scrubs.
When Mona apparently returns for good, Homer refuses to accept her, refusing to let himself be hurt again if she should leave. She tries to be a good mother to him again, even tucking him in, but he still refuses to forgive her.
No, I can't forgive you, and I don't accept your tuck-in.
I understand. These things take time.
After a sleepless night, Homer decides to apologize, even making her a card. However, when he goes downstairs, he finds that she has died in front of the fire.
Are you asleep? Asleep with your eyes open? Mom?
Homer's fear of abandonment and his final words to her make Mona's fate even more heartbreaking.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.